Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Baz, WELDERFABBER, and that's our Cal, a man of very few words. And he's just about to go out on site to fit some little corner shoes and turn an edge on a Libra 736 that we mentioned in the last chapter for Andy Pilk. He's also going on site with the new Warrior to do some welding on Crossman and Walsh luxurious homes, you know where the site is at Bolton, yeah?
Yeah, Top of Hill.
Top of Hill, that one that you've been to before. So he's going to go and do some site welding, but the weather has just took a turn again. Started throwing it down. And we're also just started to fabricate some frames for these Chapter 8 style barriers. As you can see there, you will stack them on top of each other, and then you'll be able to go underneath with a forklift there and pick them up. In a lot of yards you'll see a lot of Chapter 8 barriers just lying round on the floor or on pallets, roped up, don't you? So I've just designed a bit of a frame there for them to go on, and made a bit of a jig on the table for our Sam over here to tack them together, and he can weld them all up. Nice little job for him. Nice little practice on the tape measure for him. You alright, son?
Yeah, he is.
So Sam at the minute is only doing 1 day a week. How many weeks for? 3-4 weeks?
Yeah, something like that. Just working on my stock car. Like, got a lot of big race meetings coming up and that, so just concentrating on that, and like there's a lot like refurbing it and that, really, you know what I mean?
So Sam actually does race stock cars, and you're pretty good at it, aren't you?
Yeah,
Brilliant.
yeah.
How long have you been doing it?
Since I was 7 or 8, so I mean I've been in the garage my whole life really, so because my dad's been doing it for 30 years, so fabrication, so born into it really.
Yeah, so him and his dad build stock cars for other people, is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So he's quite big in the gaming stock car world, yeah. So he's that's why he's good at welding. Now then, I'll find out today if you pass your weld test.
Will you?
Yeah, I'll find out today if he passed his weld test that he did a couple of weeks back. And so Sam's going to cut all the material for these little frames. I've done him a cut list, and he'll put them all together. Nice little easy job for him, that. I'm just about to go out and pick some like cupboards up and shelves, and I'm going to sort the stores out in the corner of the workshop over here. We have a stores area. In fact, I'll just walk you in there now. We've got a bottle cage to make for the gas bottles, because all the gas bottles need to be stored outside. Obviously it's early days, aren't we? This is going to be with stores. So I'm going to shelve all this out, make it into a stores area, like I've got little stores cupboard there. I want it all fully racked out properly for a stores. That exhaust there is for a brand new S3. If anybody wants to buy it, it's for sale. Let us know. Nothing wrong with it, brand new. So yeah, I'm going to go and pick some cupboards and up, etc. Cal's actually just put his registration on his van today as well.
Do a clean in it?
Yeah, it is due a clean.
Needs a good clean.
I know he will look after it though. You know, there's no doubt about it. Cal will look after his van. When you know that they're washing them in their own time, you know they're getting looked after, don't you? Shindawa. Especially look after that. Yeah?
Look after it like it's your own, isn't it?
You look after it like it's your own, yeah. Again, I will say there's a new 400 coming out soon, and we will be purchasing one of them as soon as they do come out, yeah? So, yeah, Cal, I am actually going to give you the DJI, because whilst I'm messing about sorting these shelves out, you might as well show the viewers what you're doing on site.
Yeah.
You don't really need to show much on the steelwork side, because it's only a bit of welding that, but you can do if you want, it's up to you. Alright, but when you get to the dozer, when you get to Pilkey, on the dozer, just show them the dozer, what you're doing, and then show them it finished. Alright, kid? So I'll pass you over the DJI.
Right, so we just pulled up at Farmworth direction, I think it is. to change the corner shoes and flip the centre edges. We'll get this boxed off now, and then I'll come back to you when we're done. Right, so I've just put the new edge on there now. I've flipped it, put two new corner shoes on. As you can see, there's a lot more wear now on there. We're touching the moldboard. Everything's dogged up, check lip bar, 3/4 gun, and I think the lad wants some wings putting on the side of here, so that'll be a nice job for a customer. So we'll get back to the yard and get on with the next job. We'll see in a bit.
Alright, Cal's back. Alright, it does seem like there was a bit of miscommunication with the dozer as we replaced the corner shoes there, but really they weren't that worn. What the customer actually wanted was wings on the side of the blade, so I'll get some material in and we'll order that. We can go back out there and sort that out for them guys. So I'll just show you where we're up to with these little frames for the chapter 8s. So Sam got them all cut up, and me and Cal now just bang them together and weld them up. As you can see, we've turned that box section on its edge there, so you can just drive the forklift in there. So I don't really need forklift pockets, just keep the fork up tight to each side, that'll be fine. That's done. So we've removed the jig from the bench. Brilliant bench that, cheers Gilly and Steve. That bench coming really handy. I'll start welding there. Cal, you can finish off tacking up the rest of them to these. And we'll get them welded up and we'll get them delivered, or we'll get the customer to pick them up today. Alright, nice, easy, straightforward job. Leather sleeve on. Let's go. So we're getting there now. There's only a few to weld up. So I'll leave Cal to finish off. So I'm going to go and pick some edges up for this bucket on this little Manny tour from MIM in Manchester. And then we are investing a lot in security at the moment. And so I've just got one of my pals in here. Carl, how you doing, mate?
How's it going? Yeah, so we're getting 8 megapixels all the way around. It's going to be like Fort Knox. All intruder alerts, Autovolt, so Baz is knowing that all his gear is safe in here. And keep the tow rags out.
That's the one. That's the one. So are these good cameras, these?
These are, yeah. The 8 megapixel, 4K viewing, all alerting with sirens on. We're going to put a tripwire all the way around the property, so if anyone steps over the line, it will come back to Baz's phone if he's out of office.
Saying that, we don't want to tell them too much.
Oh, we won't do. Well, they know not to come knocking.
They know not to come knocking,
Yeah, but high tech as the best you can get, best on the market, and that's what we like. That's what you want.
So if you notice, we are investing a lot in the security on vehicles and within the workshop. So main reason because we're all over social media. Anyway, I'm going to head over to Manchester. We are at MIM. This is just one of our suppliers that I use, of many, of wear parts. So I've just got 2 single bevel edges there, 250 by 25s, and the little edges for the monitor there. And here we got a subscriber.
Yes.
How you doing, my mate?
Yeah, alright, mate.
What's your name?
Tom.
Tom?
Yeah.
Where do you work?
I'm working for the ADS.
ADS. And you're a subscriber to the channel, are you?
Yes.
So he just came over to me and said, what are we on with now? So we're just on with picking some wear parts. So what are you on with?
I do this now, just taking the track for this Bobcats.
Bobcat?
The little digger.
Yeah. So MIM do supply all rubber tracks, as you can see, and all wear parts for your buckets and anything else that you require on an excavator. And there's a little one there, look. There's a little one. So yeah, nice to meet you, mate.
Nice to meet you, mate.
You'll see yourself on the channel now.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, bud. See you in a bit. Let's get back to the shop. Okay, so back from Millings, got the edges off the trailer. All the chapter 8 frames are ready. They're all ready to go. We've got the bucket on the bench. And then we either gouge out this weld or I get a grinder on it. There's not much weld on it, to be fair, look. No weld there. Only welded there. Only welded in 3 spots. So all these frames are for Max Civils. I've just given them a call to see if they can come and pick them up. The pit material should be ready tomorrow for the inspection pit that we're about to make. And the transmission is ready tomorrow to be collected, so I'll go and pick that up in the morning and get it back up to Archie's for him to bang it back in the machine. So the wait is over, you know what I mean. We've been waiting on them gaskets, haven't we, for the last 5-6 weeks. So, and we have done a full hit on it, so we've redone all the hydrostats, we've changed the main bearings in them, you know, we've changed all the solenoids, changed all the clutch packs. So we've done a full hit on the transmission rather than just changing the clutch packs. All right, so Cal, are you going to do a bit of gouging here, or do you want to do it with grinder? Gouge it out.
Eat it to edge because that's coming off rather than the bottom of the bucket. And
Yeah. Cal likes to use the Archer gouging. So you get a little cam set up and a bit of gouging and get the edge off, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll use the X5 for the gouging. To make milli carbons. So that's basically just fell off there, pretty easy with a hammer with the Archer taking the weld off. Give that a quick clean up now. Put the new edge onto here. Tack it up, weld it up. Job done. Cal seems to have mastered the Archer.
getting there, aren't we? Getting there. That's a fine line, it's alright.
It's about getting all the right tools, isn't it? Getting all the right tools. God, I'm good to you, aren't I? Huh?
You're lucky to have me, aren't you?
I'm good to you, I tell you. There was a little sheet metal worker before he started with me. weren't you? He was actually pretty good at that, and you became was you apprentice of the year, or?
Yeah, finished third in world skills.
Just tell our audience that, what?
Finished third 1 year in world skills for sheet metal. And that year before I finished sixth as well.
You before you finished sixth?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was down at Birmingham NEC, was it?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
4
And
days competition.
you built like a little pizza oven, didn't you?
Yeah.
In fact, send me a picture and I'll put it on screen for you guys to see, yeah? Because it was quite impressive what he did. And when he messaged me on Instagram, 3 years ago now, wasn't it? He sent me some pictures of what he did, and I was quite impressed. So I think you guys will be impressed. I think you're impressed with Cal anyway. Let's get this cleaned up and get the edge on. So that's the weld on edge and the double edge bolted on. And I have had confirmation that the transmission is ready. So I'm going to fly down to, it's just north of Nottingham, to Hannah Plant to pick this transmission up. We have been waiting all that time for them gaskets. It's been an absolute nightmare, to be fair. But it's just one of them things when it comes to transmissions. A whole different ball game once you open one of them things up, I tell you. So Cal, you, son, can finish that bucket off over there whilst I'm out. Alright, that is for Keelshaw. And I do believe that they've had a bit of an arson attack and burnt out 10 of the trucks, haven't they? I've not spoke to anybody, but it's something that I've seen on social now. That is absolutely unbelievable and, you know, just so wrong. If it is an arson attack, I believe it is. I believe there's 10 trucks been burnt out. But so I feel for them guys, and if you're watching, anything that we can do, we'll do anything to help you, yeah? So I'll leave Cal to it and I'll get on the road. Defender hooked up to the trailer and DTM boys are just turning in. Let's go. So just landed at Hannah Plant. How are you, little fella? Just in time for the transmission finishing off. How are you doing, bud? You alright? All ready to go? So I'll get this strapped up on the pallet and then get it strapped down on the trailer very securely, because that is one serious chunk of money right there. So these are the bearings out of the hydrostats, yeah? Very, very much, too much excessive wear. Excessive wear. So it's only a matter of time before they would have failed. The gaskets took longer than we expected to turn up, that's why we've had such a long delay. And now it's just a case of getting it back up to Arches and let them boys put it back in over the weekend now. Then I think they're going to go full attack on it, full hit. 2 days, should have it back in. Then we want to run the machine up and run it for a couple of days before we send it back down to London. So basically we've changed the clutch packs, full set of solenoids, all new seals, new bearings within the hydrostats, and should be good to go. So, but we'll only really know when we put it back in the machine for a test. Yeah, so we'll get it loaded up and get it back up to Accrington.
It's coming home!
It's coming home! Oh yeah, that's another one. So today is Friday and England are playing in the Euro finals on Sunday. I don't think any people will be in work on Monday if they win.
Look at it now, you want to look at it, but it's coming home!
Oh yeah, this is definitely coming home. I don't know about the trophy, but this is actually a trophy to me, I tell you now. I'll be glad when that's back in the machine and up and running and back down in London, yeah? Because Daniel has got a lot of work for WELDERFABBER within the new yard. So you should see a lot more of us on his channel in the future. All right, so let's get this loaded up. All strapped up. A few extra precautions there. So I've just thanked him for all his hard work and hours that he's put into that. Let's get it home and let's get it back in. A 5-hour mission. 5-hour mission. Right, we got it back landed safe and sound. Nice steady drive back up, yeah. Still secure. Talk to you about, director. Let's go and find him. So also what I didn't mention before, the bearings that came out of the hydrostats, yeah, the housing that they were sat in was worn. So if you watch the previous videos, if you go back and watch the previous videos, you could see the playing the bearings on the hydrostat, yeah? Well, the bearing housing itself was actually worn, and we've had to get that machine down and shimmed. Here's the man.
Right.
Right, bud.
How's it going?
Get it out clean.
It's been out and cleaned, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're cleaning all the little panels on it and that now.
Are you ready for full attack mode?
Full weekend on it.
Full weekend?
Yeah.
Right, good stuff. What do you reckon you'll have it running Monday, Tuesday?
Monday, Tuesday, yeah.
Right, so obviously there's a lot of work from other people gone into this, yeah? And it's basically a case of somebody trusting me to get this job done, and I'm trusting Archie, and Archie's trusting Hannah Plant, Tim, do you know what I mean? It's like it's a circle of valuable, experienced people all to get this up and running again for Daniel, yeah? So hopefully, fingers crossed,
Yeah.
we'll have it boxed by Tuesday. Run it for a day or two.
Run it for a day or two so we know it's right while it's here, yeah.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
get it back down there, get bucket on it and put it to work.
Yeah, put it to work.
You know, there was no way of testing that. The only way we can test it is putting it back in.
Yeah. There's
no other way, that's the only way.
Yeah.
So it is a bit of a risk. Right, are we using that arch to get it off?
Yeah, we'll use that, yeah.
So. Okay, so they're the old solenoids. 6 of them. Alright, so we replaced all 6 with the clutch packs. So this was the issue with the hydrostats, yeah. So there's no impact damage on the rollers, but you can see the play in that, can't you?
Yeah, you can see that.
Now then, the housing that these sit in was what was worn. Do you know what I mean?
Housing.
In the actual housing itself. Okay. So the housing had to be machined down and shimmed up. I mean, we're only talking $500,000, right? But that $500,000.
How big was the bush that he put in? It was like about 2 mil or something.
No, $500,000.
Just a $500,000 bush.
$500,000. So, but that $500,000 could make all the difference in the pressures.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? So.
Yeah. You can see the movement in that though.
Yeah, yeah. How much life do you reckon's left in them?
Taking into account what it's been through and everything, I would have said not much more.
6 months.
Couple months, 6 months at the most.
So if we hadn't have done them, we could have had a major failure.
We could have had a major
failure.
Instead of just replacing a bush, putting new bushes in, you could have had a proper major there.
Yeah.
Complete box.
So originally we were just doing the clutch packs, yeah, and then we had a little bit of info that there could have been something wrong with the hydrostatic motors, yeah. So we thought we'll take them apart and see an extra cost, you know, that we didn't originally anticipate. So the numbers started to go up, I mean, you're looking between 70 and 80,000 quid for a recon box, yeah? I'm not going to go into numbers what it's cost us to do this. I don't think that's for the audience to know, yeah? But it's big numbers, yeah? The hydrostatics motors themselves were 27 grand. That's if you can find one. So I think we've done well to do what we've done it for. Let's just hope, fingers crossed, it all runs right. Are you pulling it off, Juice?
Perfect. Are we going to take it off? Let's do that. You hold that.
Juice. Tilt that. Right. Tilt the back, Juice. Right, so that's the transmission off. The machine is spotless, the lads will give it a right good power wash off. Yeah, let's just hope everything goes to get back together nice and smoothly. Right, I'm going over to Pete Marcus's now to have a look at some hard facing jobs. Big buncher, 50 tonner. So I've just come over to one at Pete Marcus's yard to have a look at this. There's a couple of these to do, and basically all it is hard facing, so dead simple. What you can do is take out these, dead easy, just knock the pins out, and then they can be done on the bench. Just rebuild them up to a point. You see that there? Wants to be more of a point. Hard face all this edge here, all around that. Everywhere that you can see basically that's going to get attacked by material as it goes through the jaws. All this round here, rebuild that, all that up. These, everything that you can see basically. But it's easier to take the jaws out and do them on the bench than do them actually on the machine itself, and then do everything else on the machine. So what I'll do, I'll have a word with Sandy, one of the guys who works for Pete. He'll see if he can arrange to have them taken out for us. Save a bit of cost for Pete, rather than us doing it on site. If they've got a fitter that can take them out for us, or we'll come site, take them out and do them. And here's another one to do. As you can see, it needs all building up round here. We'll take them back to a point. Again, they can be taken out and done on the bench rather than in situ. Yeah, Then you can build all this up inside here if it needs it, and check that the blades are alright on the shear. They're not actually that bad on this one, but we'll still build them up to more of a point. It's better to get them more to a point, so that it like splits the concrete and takes less stress out of everything else on the muncher itself, like the pins and the bushes, everything. The more of a point on the muncher, the less stress on everything else. Always remember that, yeah? So you're taking all the stress away from the pins and the bushes, the more pointed that is. So we have got the pit material coming in, which will come before this job really, and this is going out, I think Pete said in August, so that gives us a couple of weeks to fit this in. So nice little filling job, should we say. Back to the yard. So Max Sibbles have just turned up for the frames. I didn't even know we had an eye up. I'll be calling on you on that column soon. Just in time for the pit material to come in, which will be being built here. 13 metres by 1600 high, so it's quite a deep pit, if you will, because the coaches are really low down to the ground, so the guys at Archware wanted it deep, as you will see as we build it. So another job well done there for Callum, and once again paid for before it leaves the unit. So the pit material should be due in any time now. So I've just nipped over to Archie's whilst I'm waiting on that pit material coming in. See how the boys are getting on. Looks like it's not far off, to be fair. Murrayfield Plant Services. So they said 2 days, it's been 2 days. We're just waiting on a filter to come in for the hydrostat. The other filters have just turned up for the transmission, and it should be good to go tomorrow. Fire it up and get it up to temperature. Just make sure everything's all right. Run through the gears. Probably run it for a day. Get somebody in it for a day and run it around the yard. We'll do with a bucket on really to put it under load, but we ain't got it. So we'll just get it up to temperature. Run up and down the gears. Make sure she's running all right. Should be bang on. Going to replace all the oils. I'll drop the oil and replace the oil, and we've actually done a full inspection on the machine itself. There was a couple of things it needed other than the transmission, but looking good. Wonder how many people didn't turn into work today after football yesterday. Unfortunately, England lost, like they always do when it comes towards the end. Nightmare. So these boys have had a good weekend anyway, and I'll come back up tomorrow and show you it running. Pit material has just landed. That's for checker plate flooring. That's all the box sections that run down the back of the pit, which is what I'll show you in a second. That's your 150x75 PFC to run your pit jack in. And we've got our profiles here, cut by Clear Cut, which is the same guy who owns Marshall Truck Bodies, Rob, who's had these pressed for me. Now then, these are 6.5 metre sheets, 5mm. So that saves us a lot of welding and saves us time, I'd say, in putting it together, rather than getting 4-metre sheets. You get 4x2s, can't you? So these are 6.5 metres. I've had these stiffeners made. As you can see, these will go every couple of metres down the pit. That'll straighten that side up nicely once that gets tacked on. Your box section will sit here for your air and power supply. So it'll go together like that, if you can see that image there. And then you got your little gusset plates coming down here. You'll just sit underneath that box section there, then come flush at the bottom. 13 metres long. That's your channel. I'm also going to make like a skeleton frame. So like underneath the pit, the last one that I made for hurt plants, I'll put a picture on the screen now. Right, so the one I made for hurt plant, when you walked on it, you could like, oh, it's almost as if it had air pockets in it, and you could like step on the plate and you could feel it moving a little bit once it was concreted in. So this one, lesson learned, I'm going to put a bit of a frame underneath it and a channel running all the way down the centre, and then some channels going all the way across, all the way down it. Probably in the same position as them gusset plates, land them on the channel, and then that'll stiffen the floor up. I'd say so anyway, I'd say so. We've still not had time to do a racking. As you see, only one of them's been made, but I have had some material come cut in. We're going to make the other cantilever racking out of this box section that's come cut in here from Higgs and Edwards. As you'll see over the coming chapters, to fill that wall. I'm still waiting to sort myself out. So yeah, we'll crack on with this. next day or so. I've got a few things going on in the background at the moment. And Callum's off. Okay, so we've just done a little bit of an update on the stores. I've been out and bought a few out cupboards, as you can see. Out cupboards, some out shelves and some all round workshop as well, to be fair. And I bought quite a few bits off an old engineering company. But we got to start somewhere, haven't you? You got to start somewhere. That wire that we use, that auto rod, and we use, it's Arista rod we use as well. Quite expensive ESAB wire, really, that. But we've also just bought some new cupboards for the office. We need to keep the office up to date with like computers and tech and stuff, and we've got all the cameras up and everything around the workshop now. But the director's just turned up with some new stickers on pickup. Actually looks alright, that director. Do you know something? These pickups, I think they hold the money quite well, don't they? Do you know, it's like, it's only done 90,000 miles, this pickup. It keeps it in good order, like. But let me know in comments what you think about these. Whether to keep that or trade it in against something a bit newer for him. But director's more than happy to keep that for as long as possible, because we're starting out, we want to keep as much money within the company as possible, don't we? So I think you will keep that for another 2 years, director, at least. And I reckon it'll still be worth good money in 2 years' time. Do you know what I mean? So now then, let's get up to Moorfield plant and check out Ashville's machine, because it's not far off running. Okay, so I'm supposed to be at Archie's now, aren't I? Well, I just had a call off him and he told me that they're having an issue with the transmission. So I've just put that on hold till tomorrow, and I'll just come over to Lancaster to see Neil at MJC. What is it?
Fleet support.
Fleet support. Yeah. So he's just give us a quick call. He's got this Senna Borgen 821 with a seized pin in that leg there, as you can see. So just tell us, Neil, what you've actually done so far.
Yeah, I've had a bit of trouble with this outer pin. Came here, ram's leaking. Came here, pulled back pin out, fabbed up a little box. That one come out quite nice and easy, actually. And then yeah, moved on to this outer pin, and won't budge. Had a lot of heat on it. Had a 30-ton little press on it, and it just won't budge. So we've got a Baz here to lance it out.
Yeah. So what we'll do, we'll use the Archer slice on here now. What size pin is that?
It's 60mm, that one.
60mm, about 220 or something.
Yeah, about 200 long.
Yeah, 200 long. Right. So the process here now really is Archer slice. So for those people who don't know about Archer slice, this is a newish gun. It's only been used once. All you need is a few volts and a bottle of oxygen. All right, and you control the flow through the trigger there, through that trigger. And I'm just going to use some 6mm rods that I brought with me, exothermic rods. Which are these here? I can show you. See that there on cam? So the oxygen blows through that, and whatever that it is in that, I'm not 100% what it is, but it's something special because it'll cut through anything, and I mean anything. So get my overalls on, give this lad a lift, and see if we can get this this pin out. So we've got the gun set up. All I need to do now, as you can see, the earth lead's connected there, and the positive is connected to the positive. All we need to do is strike the rod on that. You see, it's like striking a rod. Blow a bit of oxygen, and away you go. And then we can go to the pin. But what we're going to do now, we're just going to wet the area a little bit. Neil's just going to wet the area down a little bit. I should have a head mask on really to protect my head from sparks, but it's a bit warm, so it'll be right. So we want to blow a hole right through the centre of that pin basically. That's the plan anyway. Let's see how it goes. Just one more thing to mention, these rods coming a metre long, you can break them in half dead easily. As you can see, I've just broke that one in half. So I'm going to pass the DJI over to Neil. Are you alright, my bud?
Yeah,
Yeah.
fine, mate.
And we'll flip it round. If you try your best to keep it on the pin.
Oh, I'll try my best, Baz.
It's all work because sun's it back round there, isn't it?
Yeah.
See how quick it went into that pin then? Dead easy. So now I'll change the rod to a longer rod. And we'll go right through. We should be able to go right through that pin with this rod. Give it a look. Right, keep the rod nice and straight. Then we can open the hole up. Coming out, making the hole bigger. I'm making the hole bigger now. Right, so we've gone right through now. Right, what we'll do, we'll just take a bit more out of the pin, make it a little bit bigger, that hole in the centre. If you look at the other side of the pin there, Neil, you'll see how we've just dropped a little bit. You see how it's not coming through the centre at this side. So now I know that I need to point my rod further upwards. A bit of kit these, ain't they?
Aye. These are alright as well. These, what is it? DJI. DJI.
I'm just going to point the rod up a little bit. I'm going to try and keep that rod level really. What we'll do, Neil, is cool that now and give it a bell with hammer, see if it moves a little bit. So we'll go around.
You go for it, lad.
We'll get the hose pipe on it, cool it and see if it'll shrink it. Well, that hole might need to be bigger, it might need to go again a few more times. Put it right into the pin, Neil, right into the pin. Right, give it a belt with hammer now. if it moves a bit. Come on. Come on. Come on. Moving. Oh. Right. I'll get a bar now.
Yeah.
You got a sweater now, lad. I'll get a bar now and get a few more belts, eh? What's that you're drinking?
Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper. Oh, I'm going to have to get him some Hawley, aren't I? You tried that Hawley?
No.
Oh, you want to try that Hawley some? Anyway, look at this. So it sailed out there with Neil on the hammer. I was holding the little drift, as you can see. So all you need to do is put a hole through the pin, put some water in it, let it shrink, bang, and it should come, buddy.
Yeah, it come, didn't it?
Little sweat on it, you lad.
Yeah, it's fine.
Little sweat on. So Neil's going to rebush the end of the rod and reseal the ram. That is the whole purpose of taking it out, to reseal the ram, am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'll get them last couple of pipes off in a minute and then... Yeah.
Yeah.
Get the seal kit and the pin ordered.
Bit wet, isn't it, lad?
Yeah, it is a bit.
Bit wet, isn't it? So, a bit of customer satisfaction there. What do you say?
About 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours.
Maybe.
2.5 hours from call out. So, like I say, I was going up to Archie's, but he was struggling, so I thought I'd come give him a lift, yeah. So, anyway, I think we'll end this chapter here and now, and we'll let you know on the transmission next week, as we have got an issue, like I say. So, yeah, please like and subscribe, like I always say, it does help the algorithm and grow the channel. And I'll catch you on the next one.
Yeah,
and hopefully,
cheers, thank you very much.
I will be seeing Neil again.
Cheers, mate.
All right, my mate.
Thank you.
Cheers.